Welcome friends to Blogging It Up. My name is Robert and today I'm going to review what Kate does. Does anyone really care what Kate does? Because I don't. I couldn't care less about Kate. The episode begins with Kate being a real bitch to Claire. She has taken her hostage and she tells the taxi man to drive. There's an interesting scene here where Kate is looking out the window of the taxi and she sees Jack. Jack stares at Kate and Kate looks at Jack and gives him this look as if she recognizes him. Moments later, the taxi man escapes and Kate takes control of the taxi. She lets Claire go, but Claire just wants her luggage. I don't know about you, but if someone was holding me hostage, the last thing I would even think about is luggage or any other piece of property. Kate pulls into the garage and a mechanic takes her handcuffs off her for $200. Kate goes into the bathroom and goes through Claire's luggage. She finds some kid stuff and stumbles upon a picture of Claire pregnant. Of course, Kate feels sorry and heads back to give Claire a lift to the hospital. At first, Claire doesn't want to get into the taxi, but Kate convinces her to, and Claire really has no other choice. She's in the middle of nowhere and she needs to get to these adoptive parents' house. Once they arrive at the house, Claire wants Kate to come in with her. Lindsay Backham answers the door and she says that her husband has left her and that she doesn't want to adopt a baby, that plans have changed. Kate gives Lindsay a piece of her mind and all the stress causes Claire to go into labour. Kate gets Claire to the hospital and while in bed, Claire is in pain. Kate goes to look for a doctor for help and she finds Claire's doctor, who is Ethan Goodspeed. I don't know about you, but Ethan is one of my favourite others besides Ben. Kate thanks Claire and tells her that she's going, and before she goes, Claire gives Kate her credit card and Kate tells Claire that she should keep the baby. Lennon rushes to Dogan to tell him that Saeed is alive. Saeed then is carried out of the temple where Jack checks his wound, which is almost healed. Lennon comes out and wants Saeed to come with him so he can have a talk with him and Dogan. Jack refuses to let Saeed go and a big fight goes on. A few months later, a gunshot is heard. It's Sawyer and this breaks up the fight. Sawyer says he doesn't care about anyone and just wants to leave, and so he does. Moments later, Kate decides, I'll get Sawyer back, because Kate is an absolute sut and that's all she does. Jin decides to go with Kate and two others, Aldo and Justin, come along also to make sure that Jin and Kate come back to the temple. We then go to Dogan, who is running tests on Saeed. He runs 3 tests on Saeed to make sure he's not the smoke monster. We've seen electricity, fire, and of course Ash work against the smoke monster in the past. After the test, a pissed off Jack confronts Dogan, who explains that Saeed is infected and needs to take this pill to stop the infection. Jack explains the situation to Saeed, who tells Jack that he'll only take the pill if Jack wants him to. Jack doesn't give the pill to Saeed and goes back in to talk to Dogan. He wants to know what's in the pill. Jack keeps asking Dogan what's in the pill and Dogan keeps refusing to tell Jack. Jack then decides to pull a slippery one by putting the pill down his mouth. Dogan gets the pill out Jack's mouth and Dogan tells Jack, listen, in this pill is poison. Jack wants to know why he would want to poison Saeed. And Dogan explains there is a darkness that has infected Saeed and this darkness is slowly taking him over. And Jack asks Dogan, how do you know that this darkness will overtake Saeed? And Dogan says, well, it's taken over your sister, referring to Claire. Kate, Jin, Aldo and Justin are travelling in the woods. Kate nearly stumbles across a trap and Justin saves her life. This is a trap obviously set up by Claire. Moments later, Kate attacks Aldo and springs the trap on Justin. Kate tells Jin that she's going to escape and find Sawyer. Jin decides to head back to the temple. Kate goes to the barracks where Sawyer is in his room getting something. What he's getting is a ring. He's going to ask Juliet to marry him. Sawyer explains to Kate that it's his fault that Juliet died, that he should have let her go on the sub when they were back in the 70s. Kate also explains to Sawyer that she is back to bring Claire home to reunite her with Aaron. Sawyer says to Kate, head back to the temple, I'm sure they're looking for you. Sawyer doesn't want anything to do with Kate or anyone else. Kate cries and I laugh. On the way back to the temple, Jin bumps into Aldo and Justin, who obviously are going to hurt Jin. Jin tries to escape but gets his leg trapped in a bear trap. Aldo is about to kill Jin but is saved by Claire. Claire looks very Russo-esque and seems to recognize Jin very clearly.